Hello, my name is Hunter Thewes, and my presentation is on should public college education be free? In my opinion, yes, public college education should be free. Maybe not private institutions, but public colleges should be free for students who want to attend any type of public college program or vocational program. Student loan debt is a leading factor in why I believe that public college education should be free. USA's college debt spans a whopping $1.75 million across the country. So making public college free will reduce the overall crippling debt from higher education. This could be a big cause into why a lot of people would ultimately choose to go to college, and we'll talk about that a little bit later in the presentation. Public college is becoming increasingly more expensive. College tuition rose over 180% between the year of 1980 and 2018. So the inflation on college tuition is extremely high, and there are many other costs to attend college other than tuition. So transportation is a big cost, living, where you're going to live, how you're going to feed yourself. So while colleges do offer housing plans, food plans, some stuff like that, even sometimes transportation plans, these are not costs that are included in the tuition. These are costs that you also have to pay for on top of tuition. So there are a lot of other costs that students will already have to pay just to simply go to college, other than tuition. There is a past of free tuition in the United States. The GI Bill in 1944, President Roosevelt passed a bill stating that all military veterans could attend college for free. So in turn, a lot of military personnel were going to college after serving, and in 1947, nearly half of all of the students in America, all of the college students in America, were military veterans. So this actually did a lot for the economy. So a lot of these military personnel were getting degrees, and this meant that they were expanding the middle class, so they were able to buy houses easier. They were having more kids. They were filling these job gaps that we needed filled after the war. And during this time, the U.S. actually ranked first for college graduates in the 1940s and 1950s. And today we're actually ranked 10th in the world. So a lot of good had come out previously from free tuition in America, so it can work. And there are a lot of other countries that also offer free public college tuition. And it all shows that it is all helping the economy, and it hasn't really been doing any bad. So underdeserved students, there is a rise in students with lower economic backgrounds that aren't even looking at college as an option. A lot of them aren't even likely to attempt to go to college despite what their grades are in high school, because they're just always told that it's very expensive. So if they don't get some type of scholarship, then they usually don't even look at college or vocational programs due to the cost. The top reason of dropping out of college in 2019 was the cost. So a lot of people may even go or attempt to go to college and then are dropping out due to the rising costs of tuition, living, food programs, and transportation. So the Pell Grant is a grant that is given to students with lower economic backgrounds. So if they are in need of extra help when it comes to the cost of their tuition, the state will give you money to continue your education and go to college. The upsetting part is that in 1975, the Pell Grant covered about 79% of a student's tuition. The Pell Grant is given out per semester, and in 1975, it covered 79% of that semester's costs. In 2019, it was reevaluated, and it was shown that the Pell Grant only covered 25% of a semester's cost for that student. So that means that it went down over 50%, about 54% from 1975 to 2019. The students' wants. So a big reason why I believe that it is very important to make public college accessible to everybody is so that a student can more freely pursue their passions. And what I mean by this is that a lot of times students who do, say you do have a student who is able to go to college, whether their parents pay for it or they're paying for it, they, after spending all of that money, a lot of times do not want to go for something that will lower their return on their investment. So if the return on their investment from going to college is lower per year on average of what they paid for college, then they do not want to go for their passion. Passion is very low on the list of why people go to college. The first and second reason of surveying college students on why they're going to college is for better income and a better life. So this means that a lot of college students will usually pick something that maybe they're kind of interested in, or maybe they're okay with doing for the rest of their life if it makes them more money. The question is would more students choose these passions if the return on their investment was higher? Probably. If the college was free, but they were only making $30,000, $40,000 a year, they would be in no debt when they got out of college, assumingly, and be able to comfortably live on that type of income. But because a lot of students are prepared for the amount of debt that they are going to be in once they get out of college, they are trying to think of what kind of jobs can I get that are going to make me the most money so that I can still be comfortable and live a better life. So I do believe a lot of people would start to go after their passions. I believe this is why a lot of the job market, even the job market that we say people aren't getting paid enough, so educators aren't getting paid enough. Maybe a lot more people would want to go on to be educators. So it really is just about what they need to do in college to make sure that they're going to be receiving the highest return on investment that they possibly can, instead of going for what they are passionate about.